How's it going, everybody? JP here, and welcome to day number 4 in my second annual 31 Days of Horror. The film that I'm going to be reviewing today is Stephen King's Sleepwalkers from the year 1992, with the tagline of "They feast on your fear and it's dinner time." Stephen King's Sleepwalkers is actually a film that I watched many times growing up. I had it on VHS, and I remember just watching it very frequently. And as time went on, I just kind of never watched it again. I don't know what happened to the VHS, and I kind of just forgot about this one. I mean, I saw bits and pieces of it on TV. I believe AMC's Fear Fest had it on there one time, but I'd never really been too interested to go back to it until I grabbed it on DVD for $3. Watched it today, and I like it. It's a good one. It's kind of maybe a bit underrated. I don't know. I kind of had a uh average vibe with this one. Like, thinking about it, I was expecting it to be like very average, but I gotta say I enjoyed it. There are problems, and I guess we'll get into the plot a bit. Sleepwalkers, we have the possibly two of the last remaining sleepwalkers, and these sleepwalkers are basically shape-shifting, feline type of monster things that pretend to be humans, until they can get what keeps them alive, which I believe is virgin blood, or virgin something, like virgin's soul or something. They don't really go into it, but they need to sacrifice the life of a virgin to survive. And we have a mother and son, a incestual mother and son, but there might be some debate there to whether they are actually, blood relatives, because you get the sense that they've been around for a very long time, and pretending. You get the vibe that they, pretend to be people, to fit in until they can make their kill and sacrifice and move on to the next town. So maybe they just, stuck with the mother-son thing. Maybe not. Maybe they really are mother and son. It's still weird no matter what. If they're pretending or they actually are. If they actually are, it's even, more fucking just weird. But they right away they have this fucking like weird relationship, and you know, uh, they basically are drifters. They go from town to town. They feed on these virgin girls. They can shapeshift. They have power, um, and they're basically kind of searching for others like them. And basically they set up in this new town. The son meets a new girl by the name of Tanya or something like that. Tanya, I think. And he's very charming character. He is very good at you know uh, seducing the female sex, I guess. And he's just very witty and clever. And you get that in some of the high school scenes where he is um, comes off smarter than the teachers, probably from being around for so long, um, and naturally has that charisma. Um, so he kind of gets this girl to like him right away, and his plan is to use her as the sacrifice so both him and his mother could feed, because she's getting weaker, and they're both getting a bit weaker. And that's basically your plot. I would say the first half, or over the first good bit of this film is very good, and the relationships work really well. It feels very natural. The like flirtiness between uh, the guy and girl seems pretty natural. I will say it gets a little too cutesy at times, but it works pretty well. The girl, I thought she was really good, actually. I really like the character, and then it goes kind of downhill a bit. It gets like, it almost doesn't know what it's trying to be. It feels like it gets like very comedic all of a sudden, and it comes out of nowhere, and it's right when the film should be getting like serious. And then it goes like to like emotional scenes, and it goes back to this like comedy with like cheesy one-liners, and I really think that's where the film gets, you know, most of its points deducted from, is towards the end. Um, but you know, it does have some cool effect scenes for 1992. It looks pretty neat. The I kind of don't like the idea of these monsters. You know, whatever they are, the sleepwalkers. They're afraid of cats, and I could understand the fear of cats, but I don't. I think they pushed the cat angle a bit too much. And I just kind of don't like where the movie ends. I just would have preferred to see it end a different way. Um, you know, but it's pretty fun. It's funner than I remembered. And yeah, so Sleepwalkers. I would probably rate this one a good solid 7 out of 10. I might have to go down to 6.5. Thinking about the end a bit. Yeah, I would say Sleepwalkers is a 6.5 film. So yeah, that's my review for day number 4, and I'll see you guys tomorrow, where I believe I will be starting the first of 2 franchises. So see you then.